Woo! What's up, Sean? Michael? Yeah, I just saw that right when you sent this to me. I said, wow, it's the same thing he sent to me that I was just reading about. But this was about 2, 3 days ago. Like, I think the Golden State Warriors had just won the NBA championship, right? And the next day comes this article, and it's talking about the Bitcoin Academy that Jay-Z wants to launch. In case somebody's lived under a rock and just didn't know, Jay-Z is from Marcy Projects. The Marcy Housing Project is where he's from, and this is a way he wants to give back to the community. Jay feels as if, this is essential in financial literacy from where he is. And he wants to be able to teach this to the residents in the Marcy Project. But there are some people from where he's at that are from Marcy that are livid about this. This sounds like it would be a great idea, but they're livid about it. And the reason why they're livid is because they think Jay's out of touch with reality. He's out of touch with what's going on surrounding them. They feel Jay doesn't understand them. Jay need to be spending the money doing other things in Marcy. The guy said, if you want to do something, fix this place up. We have no basketball court with no hoops. Our parks is broken up. He should be doing more for his community, not some Bitcoin academy. The only thing I could say he really did for us was Christmas stuff. Every Christmas he would come around, he would give out free toys to the kids, like pocketbooks, perfumes, and little MP3 players. That was good. The Bitcoin ain't. Wow. Then they went to some other Marcy Project citizens that was over there. And they was like, I would like to learn how to become a millionaire and learn what free trade is and what to trade, what not to trade. He was like, I was unemployed during the whole shutdown, and I'm still kind of unemployed right now. Jay's a billionaire, and I'm still living in the effing ghetto. And I used to see Jay-Z when we were both teenagers. So since it was announced last week about what was going on, the Academy, they faced criticism from the tech commentators. They've accused this project of preying on financially vulnerable people. So some have compared the market of crypto to how predator lenders target people of color with subprime loans and run it up to the 2008 housing crisis. See, but the proponents saying this cryptocurrency have long defending the technology as a way to build up a new financial system for lower income people. But as you realize, a lot of people have not been really looking out for the lower income people. Now, a guy named Gerald, who don't want to give up his last name, said that he runs a small charity that gives people Bitcoin. But even he said the financial literacy wouldn't solve Marcy's biggest issue, which is the lack of capital, lack of resources, and lack of funding in the communities. Teaching someone about Bitcoin that doesn't even have $100 in a savings account is not helpful. Then all of the places to do it in, the Marcy Projects, those people are just trying to survive and see the next day. So the fact is that it was on the floor when they came in, and it symbolizes, because they said they came in, they saw the flyers, they were on the floor. When they came in there on the ground, people were stepping on them and walking past them. And they said the fact that it was on the floor like that, it honestly symbolizes how people feel about poor people in general on the surface. It looks like folks want to help, but once you start peeling back the layers, you realize no one really cares. So, is this another Jay-Z get rich quick scheme? Is he ready to destroy where he finally grew up by spreading financial literacy to Marcy? Is this a good idea, or is it a good idea on paper? Because it sounds wonderful, don't it? It sounds like a wonderful thing to do. It sounds like Jay-Z cares. Oh, he's trying to look out for the community. He's trying to give them something financially setting to go. This is great. Teach them so they can all become billionaires. Just like Hope. We're going to start a new financial system here. See, even in cryptocurrency, people realize something. You can't make money without poor people. You need poor people to make money. Rich people thought they can just make money off rich people. Nah, don't work that way. So here they come, gunning for the poor. And they're going to use Jay-Z's name to pull it off. Because on paper, it's going to look like this is it. But what about the capital crisis? Just as that man said, Marcy Projects, those people are just trying to survive to see another day. They don't have the financial capital, or they wouldn't be in the Marcy Projects. And the majority of them wouldn't qualify for home loans. Poor credit, and they're scratching and surviving. And you want these people who are scratching and surviving to go into their last little bits of savings and give it to you to teach them about something that they're not going to know or understand when it's over. And as far as the lady who was talking about the park and Jay-Z need to fix the park up, no, you don't. That's your city's job. That's that mayor's job. That's your alderman's. That's who you need to get into. You need to contact your ward and say, hey, why is these playgrounds this way? We want this fixed up. That's what you need to be doing. Because believe me, no one else cares. Now, we saw what happened with the Brooklyn Nets situation. They used Jay-Z, made him a fake owner, gave him 0.0000000.1 ownership in the team, just to say we have Jay-Z as a black owner, made him have to be a slave to the system, where he had to make so many appearances and sit courtside. So he had to make time in his schedule to do that, knowing this wasn't going to be a very lucrative thing for him, but for his ego and publicity, oh, it was going to go through the roof. Now, what else do we have? We have something rather unique. Once they got the stadium built and they got everything signed, they end up starting getting rid of the old Brownsville area, gentrifying that area, raising the rent, and keep kicking people out who was paying their rents on time. Didn't matter. Rent was going up without rhyme or reason, and it was because of the stadium. And they started to close businesses that had been there for 30, 20, 40, some 50 years. Opening up new businesses, more Euro-friendly businesses. And you started to see people moving back into that area who had never lived there before. And looking at it now compared to how it was back in the 90s, you would be blown away. Or just say early 2000s. You'll be blown away. Then, to top it all off, you got all of these politicians trying to tell you what's what. And now the tech world is coming around trying to use the poor and pool their money up into a mutual fund to finance their cryptocurrency. Well, choke my chicken. My thing is this. Jay-Z has had a character that does not exhibit, his characteristics does not exhibit someone who cares about the community. His characteristics has never been anything but self-serving. So when he comes with anything, talking about, oh, Marcy Projects, or I'm going to give back to my community, already look at that with a slight. Because you know one or two things is going to happen. He's either going to be good or he's going to suck. But chances are Jay is not going to do any good for you. It's not going to do any good for anybody but himself. I know people are going to make excuses. Man, that's Jay, man. Leave Jay alone. Get off Jay. Man, you just a Jay-Z hater. No, I'm just speaking facts, man. Thousands of people lost their homes And they used Jay-Z to do it when they built the Brooklyn Nets. Jay went along willingly, did everything they wanted him to do, and he had no problem with bankrupting all of those people and putting them out to pastures. Now, I feel if people were like me or more like me, to say the least, everything ideally they'll be able to see clearly. They'll say, all right, I get it. I see what this is. I see how this is going, where this is going. Cino is right. It's another Jay-Z scam. And you might say, well, how is that so? Because the old saying goes, it takes money to make money. So what their plan is to do is to teach them financial literacy, right? And what they're going to do is make these people put in something very small. Saying everybody puts up this. They're not talking about giving them capital. No. They want them to pool their capital together. Come in. After pooling their capital together, come in and said, all right, you guys have pooled all this money together for us. Guess what's going to happen now? We're going to go into this fund together. Now, who controls this joint fund that's going to be there for their Bitcoin? They're not going to have their individual accounts. Are you kidding me? This is going to go into a group Bitcoin. Once they start preaching group Bitcoin, you have no control to stop anything at any time. There will be penalty for early withdrawals, if you can at all. And the percentages will not be in your favor. And when you start thinking like black folks think, when am I going to get my money? When am I getting paid? How long it take? Those are natural black folk questions. Any folk question. When do I get my money? When am I going to get paid? Once you start hearing that, and just realize you just got some subprime bull that may not ever make you any money whatsoever, depending on how much you vested, they're going to want you to keep reinvesting. Because the more you put it in, the more you're going to get out. Right? But that's a huge if. That huge if is just swirling around out there. Nobody cares about the if. Now that it's all said and done, all of you guys will be out there left to pay the bill. You guys got to cover all the losses that this company takes, if it takes. But guess who's going to get the lion's share of the profits? Allow me to reintroduce myself. Now, they came through and said, we're going to put up the capital. we're going to raise this capital and raise this fund for Marcy Projects. We can teach you and put some classes together for free. And we're going to teach you about financial literacy. Now, I would be amazed by this accomplishment, right? To have that kind of financial literacy going on. Now, for me, looking at all that brings on a whole different look. I look at it as it's J being J. That's J, baby. That's just whole being whole. But if you're going to get in Bitcoin, you're better off doing it in an individual account. Start your own. Learn and start your own. You go in with some mutual fund stuff and a joint account, it better be something that's already moving, proven, and that you have some control over. Now, with that being said, just follow all of the instructions in the banner below, and I'm out.